We were talking, he was talking about they had the Bloom Festival. Let's just talk about it. He said, it's not there, students. So when he meet, so maybe people will realize. Right. Maybe an issue of that. That's why I'm putting, I should say that, because I talked to him.
It is, it's dangerous. You just assume, it's like pulling out of my driveway. It's the same way. I pulled out of my driveway and turned and not look right because I'm going, and as I turn, there's a semi coming on my, and it's a double yellow line, they're still passing.
He's not, you got the greatest rate, but he's not either. It's funny with Mike, because he's 90, he's retired lawyer. Say something about how would that happen in court?
No.
So that'd be.
Morning, just a quick reminder to silence your cell phones before we get ready to start here.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We'll call this Ways and Means Committee meeting to order. The first item of business would be the approval of the minutes. If you've all had a chance to review the minutes in your packet, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any corrections or questions? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
All opposed, say no. They are passed, approved. Next, public comment on any agenda item. Anybody from the public have a comment on any agenda item? We will have open public comment at the end of our meeting, and I don't expect this to be a real long one. Seeing no public comment, we have no rules. I will now bring your attention to the appointments for this month. We have one recommendation for the Department on Aging, 4 for Community Mental Health, and 1 for Materials Management Committee. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion to recommend these appointments forward.
So moved. Or.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
just so everyone's aware, between Ms. Zubke and myself, we contact each one of these, the chairperson or the executive director of the organization to make sure we keep continuity of the board. And so they all came recommended by their individual groups.
Okay, thank you. I will point out, we do have a vacancy on the 911 District Board. We're looking for a qualified member from the general public. So I believe we have the motion and seconded, right?
Yes.
All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yeah.
All opposed, say no. Thank you. Next, we have in front of us the employment changes. Administrator Murphy, is there anything in particular we should notice, or is this just a report for the information of the board?
This is simply informational.
Okay, if there are no questions, we will move on. And now recognize our employee anniversaries. You can see our longest serving employee today is Jim Miller, 39 years at Maurice Spears campus, which is a long, long time. So we appreciate their service, and so many people serve for their community far more than a decade here. And it's always nice that it tells me that we appear to be a good place to work, and we're certainly blessed with some great employees.
Including our administrator, who's 17 years.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't scroll down that far. Yes, thank you.
You started right out of high school.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm only 36. Very good. Thank you for pointing that out. Is there any other personnel business? Seeing none, I'd ask Administrator Murphy to update us with the finance reports.
All right, the finance reports are in your packet. And as I said last month, we are getting ready to go into audit season. So I'm not going to go into all of the line item details. So if we can flip as we have to the last page of the general fund income statement, you can see to date, or as of February 28th, when these reports were run, we had year-to-date revenue of $3,339,000 against expenditures of $7,238,000. As we move on to the fund equity changes report, I am just simply going to go to the end of those reports. And you can see that as a total of all of the funds that we have included in this report, we have year-to-date revenues of 16,347,000 against year-to-date expenditures of 19,279,000. If you have any questions on the report, I will try to answer those for you.
Commissioner Tillotson.
From the 16 million, are we ahead or behind on our taxes? When we had a tremendous amount of people that were back on their taxes. 5 pages in the Telegram, and print was so small you could hardly read it. I just wondered if
Our tax revenue that came in for 2025, is that what you're wondering? We may still have a little bit that comes in, but we actually were, as far as the revenue that was projected to come into the treasurer's office for 2025, we did hit that benchmark.
very good, thank you.
We always do budget for some delinquencies that are not collected. And so that way we don't over budget the revenue that's coming in for property taxes.
Very good,
Any other questions?
thank you.
You're welcome.
Seeing none, no other questions, we move on to our next item. We have to do the second quarterly allotment of appropriations for the period April 1 through June 30, 2026.
So moved.
Or,
Been moved and supported. Any questions, comments? All in favor signify by saying yes. All opposed, say no. Thank you. As you know, we've been talking about this community development block grant that we've received. Administrator Murphy, I think 2 questions that will come from the public watching us. Is how much did we receive? And I know we've discussed this. And secondly, maybe outline briefly, I presume the agency we're authorizing will be the entity to contact if you want to apply for these funds.
Yes, I do want to point out that Francine Zisk, our community developer, has been working on this. Before you today is what's called a third-party administrator contract. So Community Action Agency is the one who submitted their proposal to, we actually had 2, but Community Action Agency is the one who had the lower bid to be the entity that works with us in implementing this grant. There's a lot of work that is part of that. Not only will they help identify the properties that will be worked on, they will make sure that the applicants are properly qualified. They will work with all of the contractors to make sure that the work is performed. And then they will close out each application and report that information to us. So there's a lot of work that will be done by the Community Action Agency. Once this is approved, we do plan on sending out stuff. I mean, Ms. Ambrose will be helping us and to put things out to the public so the public knows where to call. One of the things that we have going on is I believe there are 4 different communities within the county, 3 communities and then ourselves that have received this kind of funding for housing. And so we want to make sure that the applicants that are interested in receiving funding are being directed to the appropriate municipality and phone number. So we will be working on getting that out the door soon also. So we are very excited to get this going. We will have a total of $1.5 million that the county has. I believe the city of Morenci has 1.8. And then I think Clinton and the city of Adrian also have a few $100,000 that they will be utilizing for this sort of thing. So a lot of money coming into the county for this type of home improvement, which we're really excited to see.
Commissioner Van Dorn.
do we know who Morency's hiring to administer theirs, or are they doing it internally?
Ms. Zisk, do you have that? I know that they were considering the same agency, but I'm not sure where they landed. Community Action Agency also. Community Action Agency is actually uniquely situated. They are located in Hillsdale, Jackson, and Lenawee. And because of the funding that they receive for other home improvements and working, they are really dealing with a lot of the same population that will probably need access to this funding. So they are able to take that population in, and sometimes they can actually marry the grant application for the type of improvements that we can authorize through here with maybe other programs that they are offering. And so they can actually have a more holistic approach with those individuals that are in need.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I would entertain a motion to recommend this third-party administrator agreement with Community Action Agency.
So moved.
Support.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, same sign. Matter advances. Now we have two law enforcement contracts, or three actually. I would entertain a motion to approve the whole bundle of the law enforcement agreements if so inclined.
So move.
Been moved,
Support.
supported. Any question or discussions on these contracts?
No, but just for those who are watching, you would just want to mention what each one of them are too.
Oh, sure. Two of them are with, and I believe they're renewals with Deerfield and Macon, and also Hidden Lake Gardens law enforcement contracts. Yep, that's correct. Any other questions? Been moved and seconded, correct? All in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Well, matter advances. Now, if you see in your packet, the Buildings and Grounds has really asked that we switch the order of acquisition of vehicles. They were prioritizing, I think, a Kubota vehicle. Instead, they want to reverse that for next year and bring forward a proposal for a used van to replace one that's failing in the fleet. So is there a motion to that effect?
Move. Support.
Been moved and seconded. Any question or discussion on that matter? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed, same sign. Matter advances. Then finally, I believe I understand this one. The Gittes tile drain was petitioned by freeholders, and some of you in rural areas will understand this whole process for improvements in the drainage district. And the Board of Determination found it was a necessary project. The project consists of replacing an enclosed drain tile and was substantially completed in January 2026. Total cost of the project is $130,000. The county's apportionment is 14% or $18,200. As I understand that, was ability for some of the stakeholders to finance this, but it's being recommended that we pay this in advance to avoid finance fees. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Or
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Commissioner Van Dorn.
During the physical resources meeting, when Commissioner Scheffler brought this forward, he and the administrator had talked about it, and to have a better understanding of how the Drain Commission works, did a perfect job of explaining it, and quite frankly, a lot of the commissioners at the meeting, we found out a lot more about the Drain Commission than we knew. So we're going to be putting him on one of the probably evening meetings where he's going to come in and he's going to make a presentation so that it'll be available for the public too. But it was very informative, and it was appreciated.
Good, sounds good. So Administrator Murphy.
I just want to point out that, and you had hit on it, Commissioner Martis, this invoice could take place over a 5-year period. As a reminder, you have a dual review policy that says anything over $10,000 that is not personnel could take 2 readings before we approve it. Technically, if we had spread this out, it would not have fallen over the 10,000, but because we are making a recommendation to you to pay it all at once to avoid any interest or finance charges, it does go over that $10,000 mark. So I wanted you to be aware of that. I think that if we were to delay this into 2 readings, it's going to go too far in what the Drain Commission needs to do as far as financing. And so I just wanted to bring you aware of that in case you wanted to make another motion to basically waive the reading of that dual reading policy.
Do we have a motion on the floor currently?
We do.
We do. So should we withdraw that and then
I
make a
move
motion?
that we postpone the current motion on the floor until we discuss further this issue.
Amend it.
We move to postpone.
Table.
So the pending motion actually supersedes the waiving of the waiving of the policy should happen first so that then they can vote on the original motion. So you could either amend the motion to include waiving of the policy and then to authorize payment, or you could do 2 separate motions, but you would need to act on the
Motion to amend would be fine with me, and I would move, as long as we understand the timing is of such that he needs to get this done before the next reading, because I don't want to go ahead and violate our current policy that we just put in place if there isn't such a situation available, but because of timing, I will move to amend the motion to waive our policy of 2 readings.
Is there a second for that motion? I moved and seconded. Any discussion? So the first vote will be to approve the amendment. And then we will then vote on the amended initial motion. So all in favor of this amendment indicate, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. The amendment passes. Now back to the original motion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, all in favor signify by saying yes.
Yeah.
Opposed, say no. That is completed. Is there any other ways and means business? Seeing no other ways and means business, do we have any items for the consent agenda? Seeing none, I would now open for final public comment. Is there public comment on any matter?
No.
Seeing no public comment, is there any commissioner comment?
Great job.
Oh, thank you. And I would point out that the University of Michigan is the Big Ten champions in men's basketball. And the Blissfield men have won the state bowling championship, and we will be recognizing them later this month.
Is Onstead still in the tournament? They're either at or in the quarterfinals.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. And
Commissioner Karasny?
in Jackson Salumbine at the other school in Adrian set the county points record, which we will be doing something special for very soon.
Anything else? Yes, Commissioner Collins.
Another general reminder about the flags for the county. Nice, there's a few commissioners left that haven't contributed yet. Already has.
That's $35, right? Okay.
And a little further gentle reminder is the scholarship fund. And the scholarship fund on our webpage still reads 500, but I've talked to Mrs. Zubke about that, and we're gonna get it changed. The scholarship is for $1,000. And we have a committee of Commissioner Blanco, Commissioner Ungst, and Commissioner Martis that will be reviewing those applications.
So is it 100 per commissioner and 200 for the chairman?
As always.
That's how it gets to 1,000. That's right. Very good. Anything else? Seeing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor signify by saying yes.
yes.
Opposed, say no.